What is up? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Some people call me Mars, some people call me Tokyo. And tonight I got a banger for y'all. I got 10 things I've always wondered about the classic Nightmare on Elm Street. So without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and let's have ourselves a spooky night conversation. Let's get it. Number one, and this is something that's always bothered me throughout the entire franchise. When Freddy was making his glove, why did he not put a blade on the thumb? I mean, wouldn't he been able to do more damage with five blades instead of four? I used to think that it was because, oh, he had to grab stuff, but I mean, that was the whole purpose of him not having two gloves. He has one hand where he can grab stuff and be non-lethal, and then the other to slash stuff. So why did he not put a fifth blade on the thumb? Was he just like, oh, I've been making this and I'm tired now, I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna let it rock? I don't know. Number two, is there anyone that was upset that Tina was not the main character or the final girl? Because when the movie starts, she's the first character besides Freddy that we're introduced to, and she's also the first person that brings up the fact that she's having nightmares, and you can see Tina's mental start to really break down. So a lot of us thought that Tina was going to be the main character and the final girl, but it ended up being Nancy. Let me know down below in the comments if y'all also thought on y'all first time of watching Nightmare on Elm Street that Tina was going to be the main character or final girl. Number three, and I think this one is up for debate, but was Freddy the one that made the cross fall off the wall, or was that a sign from some other type of god or the universe? Freddy does make this reference here.
This is God.
And also we see the cross later in the dream. So I'm kind of leaning more towards that Freddy made that fall off the wall, but it's just something that I've always wondered. Number four, why did they think it was a good idea for Glenn to sneak over but not lock Nancy's door? Nancy went to sleep and Glenn was supposed to watch her, but then he ended up going to sleep. And with as much noise as Nancy was making, they could have easily gotten caught if the mom would have not took years and years to come through the door at the exact moment where Nancy was, had everything ready for her to come in and Glenn was hiding outside. This really reminded me of Scream 1996, from when Sydney had that closet door where she could open it and that would allow you to not, that would stop you from opening the bedroom door.
No, you can't make it. Oh, no, you go.
What's going on in there?
But I mean, Nancy didn't have that, so why didn't they lock the door? Number five,
So what's going on here? An orgy or something?
Maybe a funeral, dickhead.
did anybody notice that even though Tina died first, they never showed her funeral, but they showed Rod's funeral, even though Rod is the one that's supposed to be a delinquent. He's supposed to be disliked, and a lot of people think that he murdered Tina. How come we seen Rod's funeral, but we didn't see Tina's funeral? I've always found that to be extremely weird. Number six, out of all the parents that helped kill Freddy and burn his place down, how come Nancy's mom was the one that got to keep the gloves? And why would you even keep that type of memorabilia? Like, for me, that would be a traumatic experience and something that I wouldn't want to keep around. Like, you're keeping something that reminds you that you and a bunch of other people murdered a guy, burned him to death, and all those child murders. Like, I would want to put the past behind me. I wouldn't want to keep evidence, should they ever get in trouble for that in the future. I wouldn't want to keep that evidence. Like, why would you keep that? And why was she the one to get to keep that? Number seven, why did Glenn's mom come into his room and wake him up just to beg him to go back to sleep? Like, if that would have happened to me, I would have been up for at least another 3 hours, or I would have been up for the whole night because it takes me a long time to go to sleep.
I want you to go to bed. It's almost midnight.
So the fact that she literally woke him up to talk to him for 2 seconds just to tell him to go to sleep, Why would you do that? That's such an asshole thing to do.
Now get to bed.
Y'all let me know. Do y'all have trouble going back to sleep after you're woken up like that? Number 8. Did anybody notice that the glass on the door was already cracked so that Nancy could easily break it? It's something very subtle, so you might have missed it, but go back and look. Once you're aware of it, you'll never be able to unsee it again. Number 9, and I think this one is a plot hole. How come when Nancy was attacked and she used the pillow to block the slash, the pillow got slashed, and anything that happens in the dream happens in real life, as we seen earlier from Tina's nightgown?
You okay, Tina?
Just a dream, Mom.
Some dream, judging from that.
When she woke up, it was slashed, as well as Nancy burning herself in the dream and being burnt in real life. So the pillow in the dream got slashed, but when Nancy wakes up, her pillows are perfectly fine. But then later on, when Glenn is climbing out the window, you see a pillow feather floating in front of the window. Was that a mistake? Is this a plot hole? Number 10. How did Nancy not go insane? She stayed awake for 7 days. I stayed awake for 3 days and I was hallucinating. Her best friend's been killed. Well, I don't know if they're best friends, but her friend Tina got killed along with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is unreliable, can't even do something as simple as watch her sleep. Her dad thinks she's crazy and doesn't believe her. Her mom's a drunk and a murderer. She's being hunted by a dream demon. She's pulling stuff out of her dream. She's in between the real life reality and the dream world. And, the only person that can face this demon pretty much is her. I personally think I would have gone crazy. She's seeing dead Tina. Like, how did she not go crazy? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to slash that like button, subscribe, comment down below, the things that you've wondered about Nightmare on Elm Street, or comment down below which one of these 10 things that I've always wondered was your favorite. And until next time, stay safe and stay spooky. Peace.